Hit play, cause I got a lot to say. Create a spider in your face now. Tune in, you can follow every round. From the grind to the big fight day. Hit subscribe, cause I got a lot to say. Every jab, every
Ladies and gentlemen, we got another very, very special guest. As in, you might know him as the Romford Army. You might know him for Bosh. You might know him as the man who's been selling so many tickets from his debut, filling up arenas, filling up the stage. Come on, let's introduce him in. Let's go. Bosh!
Craig, you never spoke so nicely about me before.
Hey, listen, Johnny, I tell you, the gym just character building.
That's it, mate. That's it.
The reality.
You've got to keep us. You've got to keep us all honest in the gym. As you're the man who's been there and done it, and at the top of the game. So us young bucks have got to.
I feel like I've got a lot to achieve still, but I've been to the top. Come short, looking for that belt. But this time, I'm looking to re-up and become world champion eventually. And we'll all become world champions because we all train hard. So
100%. Well, listen, I remember my second fight. I was fighting on the same bill as you, and you fought Dietary Bivol, and you lost narrowly on points. You were so close to. I remember watching it after my fight. And I thought he could do it here because he's probably Bivol. Probably you. I don't know if he was a late replacement or you was just they was treating you as a tick over, and you took him completely by surprise.
Do you know what it is? The fight I really wanted because I felt like everyone was underestimating me. Of course, I was only British champion. I just won the British title. And obviously, I've gone to challenge the pound for pound number 4 in any weight at the time. But I believed that I had the skills to do so, which clearly, when I pushed on from 7 rounds on, I did. But it's just that experience of starting a bit late, knowing how to nick some of them early rounds would have got me over the line. But I think everything happens for a reason because I look at myself then, I look at myself now, and I look at the fight around today. If I get them opportunities now, I'll make sure they count. So
that's it.
Everything's timing, as they say.
It's all part of the process of becoming a better fighter and a better person, a better human being as well.
100%. You know, like everything's a process. We were saying, like when you're in the gym, just learning like each bit. Like as we're saying, we do so much different drills. As we're saying, we do like defensive and attacking work. And you just find like each week, each month, the piece of the puzzle just come together, and then that leads to that. It just makes more sense.
It's just good. I enjoy the environment that I'm in. As I said before we started recording, I've been in there for not even a year yet, but everyone's a good. It's just a good group of people, isn't it?
It's a good vibe. Like, do you know what's mad? I shouldn't ever look forward to going to work as much as I do.
I do. I enjoy it. I know I can take the piss out of Jimmy a bit. He'll take the piss out of me. John Ryder will be on smoke as soon as I come in, trying to cause a bit of trouble. But yeah, it's good to wind people up a little bit. That's what life's about. Not taking yourself too seriously.
But that's the thing with our gym. Like everyone's kind of humble. Everyone kind of like can give it. Everyone can take it. So it's just like pause. But like everyone, day to day, just I don't know, the vibe every day is just always a good day. And I think like they say a happy fighter is a dangerous fighter, and I think our vibe in the gym is sick, and we all work hard.
Yeah, we do. And I was about to say that we marry it up well because when it's time to go, we turn it on. And Tony is the perfect example of that. He's really strict. He's got a regiment, but he's so calm and relaxed, and he's got a good manner about himself. So that radiates into the rest of the gym, doesn't it?
I always think how the head like sets the tone in the gym is kind of how all the fighters will be. Yeah. So I think like with Tony might banter you a little bit, but you also make sure that you're working hard. Like the one first and foremost, you make sure you're working hard. If you're not working hard, you just wouldn't fit into the environment.
You're not in there. Yeah. If you're stacking, you're saying, oh, no one's gonna moan that they can't do this or they can't do that. The only way they do moan is if there's something structurally wrong with them. Like a cut or they've got an injured back or something like that, then he's not stupid, man, but he can tell the difference between someone when they want it or they're looking for an easy way out.
Yeah, that's the thing. You see it all the time. People trying to make excuses why they can't do this, why they can't do that. And I think, he's been around long enough to know when people are just chatting rubbish and they're not hungry. They don't want it. No. And I think that's the difference in our gym. I think if you're not hungry, you couldn't train with us.
You can see them, but you know them as well. You can smell the people that don't really want to do it or don't 100%. Know what they're like. People, I sometimes think that I think in the past I've been a bit of a worrier and I'm trying to worry about things too much. And sometimes that can hold me back. I got cut in the build up to Monaco and I think I became too stressed about being cut. And it was not the
Yeah.
fact that I didn't want to train. Of course, I wanted to, but I was just worried about things out of my control. And from
Yeah.
being with Tony, I'm just realizing now, don't give a fuck about anyone else. We'll do what's meant to be done, and we'll get it done right.
And that's the exact thing. It's like as we were talking about earlier of experience, every camp will teach you something new.
Yeah.
So that camp, you're like, oh, I'm worried about this, I'm worried about that. Then you've gone through that camp, you're like, oh, I didn't have to be worried about that. And then Tony will be telling you certain things, and you might still be like, I'm not sure if that's right, if I should be worried or not. And then you'll realize he's right. And then you'll think, you know what, now I can trust in my trainer a bit
trust
more.
in that. Exactly that. And you have to build that trust over time. There's no way you can just magically have that trust. And that's the good thing about being with a trainer that's so experienced and knows what they're doing, like Tony. It all comes to fruition and it will work out in the end. But I'm learning as a human being more than just a boxer. Why worry about things that you can't control?
What's the biggest things you've learned in the last year, would you say, being at the gym?
To enjoy the hardship, enjoy the hard bits, enjoy the fact that you be grateful that you're in the position you're in, and don't think too far ahead. In a way, Greg, I thought about that at the beginning of my career, just go with it. And I feel I lost that along the way. And now I'm back in there thinking, just enjoying the process of learning new things. And yeah, it is hard, but what a privilege it is to be able to train hard. There's people that would dream of being able to do exercise, for example, every day. There's some people in a hospital bed who can't get out, who would love to be doing what we're doing. So embrace it.
Do you think the pressure of your career started like playing in your head? You know, like the more you're fighting, the bigger your support base is going, the more people expecting of you. You start getting good knockouts, you're knocking out Babbage, you're knocking people out, you win your first title. All of that, do you feel like subconsciously it just puts the weight on your shoulders?
Yeah, well, you ride the wave as long as you can, as big as you can. And the wave was getting massive, bigger than what I could probably. I was trying to cash checks that I probably weren't ready to cash yet. I mean, I fought for the Southern Area title on the Joshua undercard. It started building from there. That was a good win because it was a 7-round win. He came back a bit into it. Armstrong's a tough guy. I mean, he lost to TKV on a split decision. That was a good marker, and then people saw TKV didn't stop him or whatever like that. And then he beat Babbage in 30 seconds, and then Eddie starts building it up even bigger and bigger, doing what he's meant to do, getting me the biggest fights. But really, I was still a 10-bout novice who had 10 amateur fights, and I'm just riding the wave. And what am I going to do in that situation? I'm not going to not ride it, but
no, you have to.
There's always hindsight, isn't there? There's always hindsight of this and that, but it's led me to this point. So it's all worked out as it's meant to be because I'm in that gym with you boys now. I'm with Tony, I'm with John Ryder in there, and we're in a good position. I'm in the best position, really, of my career so far, if I'm being honest. And that's after a loss.
Everything happens for a reason, because it was like, obviously, when I left the gym for a small period of time, and my performances started dipping, things wasn't working out. Full circle made me really assess things. At the time, I'm thinking, nah, this is shit. Like, I've come to the gym, I'm not performing. Like, what's happening? But then, like, that drove me to go back to Matchroom. Then I understood everything, and I appreciate everything that I'm doing. What I've been doing, I always appreciate what I was doing at the gym anyway, but that enhanced, like, all the things
I'm doing. Compare it to.
I had to compare it to. So now I know what not to do and what to do.
How hard are them runs? What's the hardest one? I think the sled.
For me, triangle. I don't mind sledge that much, you know.
Yeah.
I think I got quite strong legs, funny enough. My legs are quite strong, So sledge, hills, and obviously stairs is mad hard, but it's an after effect with stairs.
Yeah, the stairs is more what you feel like after. Oh my God.
Yeah, afterwards, I feel discombobulated. You know, sometimes I sit in the car after stairs, Listen, I don't even know where I am. I'm delirious. I have to take 10 minutes, recline my seat before I go to the cab.
Oh, it's awful. I mean, I've never experienced it. The second time I done it was a lot easier because I managed it. And the first time I didn't cool down. And that is the biggest mistake I made. I didn't just do that 200-meter run backwards and forwards because your body's telling you to lie down and just sit down. But that makes such a difference.
You have to do the runoff afterwards because your leg just seizes up, lactic acid gets out of hand, and there's no return after that. There's no going back. You're finished.
Yeah, you're done.
The whole weekend as well. You're done.
I think Oh, it's weird, isn't it? How like they're different depending on your size, your weight. Like I thought you would have been good at the. You'd have like. Oh no, you said the one you don't like is the triangle, which is like a
Yeah,
1.2, 1.3K. For me, I thought the sled would have been my best one, but it was actually my hardest one because I thought, right, I'm a
was
big
it?
unit pulling a big weight, but
Yeah,
when you're going down up that back up that hill, you actually become a weight yourself going
yeah,
back up
you
that hill.
do.
So
Depends on what you got. Power, muscular endurance,
yeah.
like endurance. I think like I'm more of a like muscular endurance kind of person.
Yeah. Whereas I think I'm more of a hill sprint guy, short bursts, and I've got to build
Pure
that
power.
muscular endurance. Yeah, I've got good cardiovascular, a good base, but because I'm a heavyweight and I'm explosive, your muscular
Yeah,
endurance, you're probably dipping in that aspect, and I've got to build
yeah.
build that up a little bit more. So the things like
But
the
you got so
sled,
much power.
yeah, the power's good, but there's a positive and a negative to
Yeah,
everything, isn't there? The more
hundred
powerful you are,
percent.
the more you're going to use up fuel.
100%. But
Yeah.
you'd rather that aspect because if you're just full endurance and no power,
Oh,
you'll
no
be
one wants to
punching
watch
people
you.
for your whole career
Yeah.
and they're looking at you.
No, I know. Yeah. At least I can know I can do that. But you've got to try and you'll build one area, and then you. It's like FIFA, and you're building a football player.
Yeah.
You build his speed, but you'll take his strength away. Like you got to make all the bars go up. If you know what I mean.
And this is the point where, everyone who says to me, why do you stay in the gym? Why don't you not blow up? It's because when I'm looking at my bars, I'm saying,
Yeah.
if I build these bars, go away,
Yeah.
start again and rebuild back where I was, I'm never going to improve.
You're having a camp before you camp, and you're the one guy you say you stay on weight all year round.
Yeah.
Like that
All
must be
year
such
round.
a bonus because you are just staying in the gym. Like now, I've noticed the difference. I'm eating good, and I'm still just staying in the gym. My muscle mass is good. I'm just keeping the baseline there, and
Yeah.
that's so important. It's too often, Craig, that you could easily guys could go off and I'm going to have 3 months off now and not touch a
Yeah.
weight or do any running or do any track. You can't do that.
That's how you get injured as well, because your body will seize up.
Yeah,
Your body
and
seizes up, and then
yeah.
you're trying to like kick it straight back in at high intensity. Like, imagine doing nothing and going to triangle, going to stairs, or going to
Oh,
something like that. You'll just end up injuring yourself. So it's about just keeping that body moving and ticking
I'm
over
really
while you're
glad.
training.
Yeah, I'm really glad I don't have to do the triangle. I'm so glad.
That's
Yeah.
horrible. I've lost sleep. Do you know what? I think I find it hard, yeah, because
Yeah.
when I know I've got it, I can't sleep. So then
Yeah.
I'm going to triangle with no sleep
You
because
end
I
up
can't sleep
stressing
the night
about it, do
before.
you?
Yeah.
But that's the thing that I've tried to tell myself. You can stress and worry and think that you've got to worry about it, but really, the less you think about it and the less weight you give it, the better you'll perform in it because you don't stress
110.
about that. That's what I'm trying to learn myself now. And I thought that last camp before it got cancelled was my best sparring. Like the
Yeah.
first time I'd ever sparred in zone 2 and zone 3 in my whole life because I weren't stressing about it and I was just doing it, relaxing.
Watching you in the gym, I'm definitely seeing like your improvements. That I've been watching you like spar sometimes now, and even sometimes if someone like tries to back you up, you'll just
Yeah.
be more relaxed. I've seen you catching shots and more relaxing and moving off and popping a jab and being more relaxed on your feet and stuff.
Yeah. Whereas before, I was probably if someone starts attacking me, I'm like, "Oh, I got to get him back. I got to get him back. I got to get like
Yeah,
that." But that's just like an immature attitude towards it.
yeah.
You got to play the situation a bit because I know now. Every time someone might be attacking me, if they're not landing on me, they're just wasting energy, and I'm going
Yes.
to get them at some point. And I'm fit enough, and I've got the athleticism to get them back at some point.
What they say? It's chess, not checkers.
That's it, mate.
So
And I
when they
still don't know how
jump
to play
over,
chess.
you still don't know. You don't know how to play chess.
No, I don't play chess.
Do you know how to play chess though?
No, I don't. I honestly don't.
You.
I practiced once on my debut in the fight week. They had like a chessboard which had the numbers on for doing it, but I don't have a clue, Craig. I have to learn.
Didn't you get like you got a first in history, right?
No, I got at A level. I got 2 A stars and an A in
Fuck,
history, politics,
that's
geography. And
unrealistic.
then when I went to university, I was studying history and I was on track for a first. And I got the call to go to Vegas and spar with Joyce before he fought Dubois.
Oh
So I
yes,
kind
man.
of messed up my coursework while I was doing that out there, it's getting smashed up by Joe Joyce. But it was, I still got my 2-1, which gave me access to
That's
any
sick.
career paths under it. The one below first, so
See,
I
see,
can't
see
do
a
it all.
brain box like that. 2-1, uni, A stars. They always play chess. How could you
I
not play
don't.
chess?
Klitschko's played chess, didn't they? But Lennox plays chess.
I play
But
chess.
you play chess. See, listen, I need to get on the chess, mate. I need to
Listen,
get
I'm
on
going
it.
to tell you to download one app. I won't plug it yet unless they want to sponsor. But I'm going to send you an
Text it
app.
to me.
And, you know, I'm going to plug for you guys. Chess.com, guys. So hit me up if you need me to keep plugging.
Chess.com. Give Craig
Chess.com.
Richards a sponsor right now.
Come on, please. Chess.com. I'm itching. I could do with a big name right now. Basically, they will teach you even on the app how to play it as well. So you can play against top, you can teach it, and then you can actually then enter. And you could play me from the app in your front room. So
like 8-ball pool, but chess.
Say again? Yes,
like
8-ball pool, but the chess. But it's the chess version.
I might have to get on that because it's handy. I was in Sydney actually in a coffee shop, and two girls next to me were playing chess. I've got a chessboard out, and it was like, it's impressive that. How many people do you know that can play chess like that off the bat? Probably 1 in 100 people.
Yeah. No. Chess is a game that I'm telling you, like, it proper, like, the strategies of thinking ahead, like 3 moves ahead. For some people go crazy with it. I'm not mental. Like, some guys are like 5 moves ahead. I'm regular, but there's some people who go a bit extreme.
Same as snooker. They have to be 4 or 5 balls ahead of the game because they're thinking about that. That's another level of intellect, you know.
So we need to get you on chess. So basically you've seen the stuff you're leveling up on. You say your diet's got better.
Yes, it definitely has.
Your chest is gonna think your training's got harder.
Yeah, a lot harder.
You see your diet. What would you say you've cut out the most out of your diet?
I haven't cut pork out because I know that's one of your things.
Why are you not cut pork out, Johnny? We spoke about this many times.
I just don't know. I just don't think pork needs to be cut out. What I've cut down on recently, though, is when I'm in camp, I eat so many carbs, carbs, and it's got a place when you're in camp. But I go from having such extreme levels of carbs when I come out of camp, and I still have them really, really high. Like, it'll cut down a bit, but I realised I was eating carbs. I didn't need them. So my carb portions are really low now because I'm out of camp. Protein. So I'm eating loads of good quality meat, you know.
But why do we not just have good steak, chicken? You know, you can even have a bit of lamb. Why do we need to touch the pork, John?
Well, I don't know what the problem is with pork.
You don't know. There's so many problems. I've sent you a lot of research. It's the tapeworm. You know, as we was talking about before, the good book says to you not to eat it. It's an abomination to your body. Leviticus 11:7. We've gone over that chapter.
Yeah,
and
we have.
And all the signs are pointing that this is the little hindrance for you to have an 110% clean diet.
But I don't understand your logic with the Bible because Jesus Christ came down and said it. He said, anything that enters your mouth is not unclean.
He said anything that he blesses that is not unclean. But, okay, also says he protects you, right?
Yeah.
He watches over you.
Yeah.
Does that mean because he's told you now he protects you and you're safe, that you can jump in a lion's cage and you're going to be safe?
No, he doesn't. But he never said that it was unsafe. Jesus never said it was unsafe to eat pork.
He did. He says it's unclean to you, and he says it's an abomination to your body. And also,
Leviticus said that Jesus was not about in the Old Testament.
But you know what he also said? What chapter is it actually? Let me actually get it.
He's done the research.
Let me get it.
I didn't have time. I was going to research it before we done it, and I've not even got there.
This is something that funny enough popped up at church on Sunday.
Oh, here we go.
1 Corinthians 10:23. I want you to go and research 1 Corinthians 10:23.
Okay.
And basically, it also says, like, say for instance, in other words, this is without actually. Let me not misquote the Bible actually, because I'm going to give you my version. I feel like it's going to be
the Old Testament or the New Testament.
Oh, you saying you're on my knowledge right now?
No, I'm just asking. I don't know. I don't know myself.
Let me just. Let me hear. Where's my Bible actually?
He's trying to rebuke me.
No, but I just want you to understand. I think 1 Corinthians is New Testament actually.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not claiming to be a scholar on the Bible, or I know you're not either, but you know, I'm always open to learning new things. But if
do you know what? Do you know what? It's actually funny because I thought of you when I heard this thing thing on.
What did they say?
Yeah, it is the New Testimony, but
Right.
it says all things are lawful, but not everything. But not everything's a helpful. So all things that are lawful,
Yeah.
but not all things will build you up. In the
Yeah.
sense of, so it says there's an idea that some things are now permitted, but it doesn't automatically mean it's beneficial or wise for you.
No,
So
that's right.
basically, you know that he said that he reduced the laws, right, of a lot of the Old Testimony. So these are the lawful things that you shouldn't have done. The Leviticus was about the foods, right?
Right.
So basically, the New Testimony is like, right, these are all the things we're now allowed to do. Like, they're not unlawful anymore, right?
Right.
But what that in 1 Corinthians also tells you, all the things what's not now against the law doesn't mean it's beneficial or good for you.
No, I agree. I agree with you, but I don't know. But this is where it gets difficult with the amount of denominations there are in the church and everyone interpreting the Bible as they see fit.
As they
Like you're
want.
gonna, yeah, that's what we spoke about this before. You're gonna
Mhm.
interpret it in your way, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
interpret it in my way. And I'm speaking. I'm a Protestant Church of England, right? That's how I've been
Mhm.
brought up and thingy. But for me, I'm having a logical dilemma in my head. I'll interpret it one way, you'll interpret it one way. So who's
Yeah.
right? That's
Yeah.
what
And
I'm struggling with.
that's why when I went to tell you the meaning I got from that, I didn't want to tell you my way. That's why I said,
Yeah.
no, let me not
And I know that's
interpret
why
it
I know
how
you're
I want
saying
it
it from a
to.
good perspective. You're the same as me in that way, but
Yeah.
do you know? I'm not saying that I'm right or you're wrong or I'm wrong. How do we interpret it? Like, I don't understand. That's the hardest bit because I've never been. I don't know who the authority is on it to go by.
Do you know what? Yeah. Because when I saw these laws, obviously, at first, obviously, I was happy to give up pork. I knew it was dirty meat, but there was other things that not to have things with web feet, the prawns and stuff like shellfish. And I was
Yeah,
thinking, I don't really want to give that up. So I'm not, unless I can see where this is going, I'm not really just going to dive into it. So I've done research on all the things what they say not to eat in Leviticus, and they all was very bad for you. They're all scavengers or eat things they shouldn't eat to a very extreme stage. And that's when I realized, well, obviously, if science is telling you that's that, and the Bible's also telling you that, then there must be something what's facts to it, if that makes sense.
yeah. So are you going by what the book tells you, or or what science tells you,
Well,
or
the
both?
science backed up the book.
Yeah,
So now I know what the book's telling me not to eat, and I've checked
it's
all of that
actually been
out.
proven
And
by
science
science.
worked. Yeah, the science proved it. So now I'm like, well, that makes sense why the book's told you.
So yeah, so I don't understand where the this is my problem with it because I would never think I'm a Christian and there's other Christians out there who eat prawns and pork and shellfish and crustaceans and you're a Christian who doesn't.
Yeah.
But is that because you're following a certain teaching in the way that you want to see it, and am I seeing it in the way that I want to see it?
I
So
think that
that's the dilemma.
I think the thing is, like, before it was unlawful, they said, right? But now it's not. It's just like, basically do what you want. Not saying it's good for you, or like, I'm not
Yeah,
saying now you're going to eat, it's going to be good for you. People are going to say, well, you said I can do what I want, and I would prefer to eat more options than not. So of course, it's like a lot of people are going to push the agenda, like, well, we're allowed to eat
yeah,
these.
yeah.
Get
I know
what
what
I'm
you mean.
saying?
It's like it's convenient to say, well, we
It's
can eat them
convenient.
because yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So for me, I'm not perfect like everyone else. We all got our own gripes, but I just try to do what I can in the sense of putting my bit
So
towards sacrificing.
this is where I think we can both agree or get
Agree
to a
to
common
disagree.
ground on this.
Yeah.
That you're doing it, you're saying these things about it because you think that you're doing the morally right thing to do in eating it because it's morally correct, or you think it's the right way to live your
And
life.
it's bad
Whereas
for you.
sorry,
And it's bad for you. So I can understand why they've told me to not eat it.
why is pork bad for you?
Because it's like one of the only things that no matter how hard you can cook it, you can still get tapeworm, and it still carries the diseases no matter how much you can cook it through.
But a pig is a different organism and it's self-cleaning compared to a cow. It's a different genetic makeup. Like they say, I've seen the other argument, for example, it might be an argument of we don't need to, vegans make, why do we need to eat meat? If you look at a cow, it's massive. It doesn't eat meat, it eats grains. Well, a
I've seen
cow's
that
got a
argument.
different genetic makeup to a human being.
Yeah, they're
So
naturally that big. They can eat
yeah,
nothing.
they're naturally different. But I know that's a different segue to a different argument. But I'm just saying, I don't know. I know things like bacon, sausages, processed, ultra processed pork
Yeah.
meats are bad for you. They're carcinogenic. They're not causing cancers, but they're heavily linked to people that can develop heart disease and cancer.
And the
So I
bacon, you
see
can
that.
taste it's like a pig sweat bag. It's just the pig sweat in the meat, just a
I don't.
salty.
But
But
if you have high quality pasture raised cows and you have high quality raised pig meat, pork, I don't see a problem with it. If you can see if you get good quality stuff. But that's where me and you differ, and I don't know if we're
that's
gonna.
that's why we have to agree to disagree. But I'm gonna say we'll do more research off camp.
Yeah, I need to do some more
Our
research, and
plan
we
will
can
be,
revisit this.
yeah,
We
if
can
we put
revisit
religion
this.
to the side and we just research the pork, but
Yeah,
each their own. Of course, I'm not an advocate to tell people what to eat and not to eat.
no,
You're my mate, so I'm just
but
trying to help you
no,
because
but
of your career.
that's the beauty of you're a Christian and I'm a Christian as well.
Yeah,
We don't try and our
we don't
religion is
judge or
about accepting
push.
people for who they are anyway. I know that's a
Yeah,
convenient answer, but that's not the way that we push things, is it? You're just
no,
giving your education on what your knowledge of it is, and
yeah,
then
do
you're
what you want
sharpening
with it.
my knowledge of it at the same
Yeah,
time.
if I give you the knowledge, what you do with it is up to you.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like see you next week eating a bacon sandwich and pushing the cafe.
No, no, but that's forget religion as well. That's how you make a better argument yourself because
Yeah.
me and you challenge each other makes our own argument sharper,
Yeah,
and that's
because it
good.
makes you start wanting to know more about it. Then I
Yeah,
research that bit, then you've got something to tell me. I can check
but
that out, vice
yeah,
versa.
and I have to be open to getting it wrong, and you have to be open to getting it wrong. Otherwise, we're not arguing; we're just talking to brick walls. So we can continue this.
Do you
The
know what? Do you know what
spider.
knowledge you can give me?
What's that?
How do you build this Romford army?
The
Because
Bull
this
Army.
is brilliant. From where I've seen you from early, from you start your career, you got such a good support base. But
Yeah,
obviously, I get it in the sense of I've met obviously your dad as well.
yeah,
You lot are great people, down
yeah.
to earth, people's champ.
But it
Like,
was bigger. It was bigger before that as well, wasn't it? Like before Big
yeah,
John became a thing. That because you was on that. I fought in COVID as well. My
yeah,
first two fights were complete lockdown, and the third one was at fight camp, and then my
yeah.
fourth fight we was on the same bill. You was fighting. Who was you fighting on there? Who did you
Where was
fight
it?
on?
What venue was it?
It was the O2. I fought
Oh,
Guerrero and
I bought
Molina fought
Mateo.
Babbage. Who? Sorry.
I bought Mateo for the WBA international intercontinental
Yeah.
Magic Mateo on the Halloween bill, right?
Yes, that was it. That was the one, and that seems so long ago now. It's like 5 years ago.
Oh, I
It's
know.
crazy.
I
But
know.
in terms of how you build that army, I don't. I just think well, I've got two brothers as well,
Yeah,
and I went to university. So my two brothers have got mates that I know from school. They've got
yeah,
mates that I know from football teams they've played in. I've got mates from university who then go back to
yeah,
their cities and towns where they all went to
yeah.
thing. I sold tickets before at uni. I sold about 600 tickets to a little student union fight. I mean, it was always
Wow.
big. But then I've got my mates from school. I've got my mates from different rugby clubs and football clubs I played for,
Yeah.
and it just sort of grew and grew and grew. And
Yeah,
I
because
just
when I
think,
saw you doing this was even before Big John's now doing his tours and stuff.
yeah,
This was
yeah,
before all of that. So I'm saying, obviously, because people might go, oh, but Big John's big or whatever got popular.
yeah.
But this is way before Big John started kitting in the media world. So I see
He
from the
actually
start.
became Big John through being the man who sold my tickets and
Yeah,
getting on
that's what I
TikTok through
mean.
that, and then he
I
went to another level.
I knew who Big John was because he was doing Johnny's tickets. I'm like, that's Johnny's dad. He does his tickets,
Yeah,
and he
now he's
sells
gone.
loads for
Yeah,
Johnny.
yeah.
And now he's become a name too.
I
But
remember him. I remember him sitting in the fucking front room with a pen and paper, with like a bit of paper that thick, like pieces of paper making it that thick, and just writing people's names down all by hand. Like 2,500 tickets in my fifth fight, just selling them by hand, like not getting anything wrong, getting people to come to the kitchen in our house and giving the tickets. I thought there's got to be an easier way to do this, but he's always been pen and
hands on.
paper. Yeah,
No, I rate it like a big shout out to you, of course, and big shout out to your dad for the support of you throughout the
yeah,
time. But I always heard and I see the numbers you're doing. I'm like, it was so mad. Like, I remember I boxed that time at the O2
yeah.
and I could hear the crowd going mad. And I'm like, yeah, they love me here. And I hear there's only one fish up. I'm like, wait, hold on, he's not on
We'll
his
get him.
stage.
We'll get them to yeah, because you walked out one before me, didn't you?
Yeah, so they was
For
already
fuck's sake.
warming up
Yeah,
for you. I was
yeah.
thinking, bro, I'm getting such a good reception today. And then I
You warmed them
realized
up. You warmed the crowd up. Well, that's
I
what it
warmed
was,
the
Craig.
crowd up. I was
Yeah, you
the
done it.
starting act for you, John.
But it's good. It's good memories. Like when I look back and look at my career, it's not money's important, right? And it will always be a central part to it. But it's about
Yeah,
the memories of what you've got. I mean, that
yeah,
O2 fight was a great memory. Fighting in Monaco was a memory. Vegas, Saudi,
yeah.
like they're things that you want to tick off. And when you look back,
Funny enough,
you
that
want
belt
to.
right there is the one from that day, actually, from the O2 that time.
Did it?
Actually, that show, yeah, that was actually
Oh,
the belt I won that day. But I was talking to someone about this earlier about the memorable nights and what each fight means to you. So it's
yeah.
like some nights may not be big to others, but to you it meant a lot. Like when I always talk about when I won the British
Oh, it's
career-defining
great.
fight, when
Yeah,
I beat Jake Bull earlier in my career, it
yeah.
was like a career-defining
I
fight.
actually
Made
remember
me
watching
very
that. I actually remember watching that. I think what year was that? Because I think I was at university watching that.
2000 and I think it could have been 19.
Yeah, I was at uni. Was that on? Whose undercard was that on?
It was I was co-headlining and Ted was headliner for the European.
Yeah, I think I remember watching that show. It's crazy, and then here we are now,
I
training in the
know.
gym together in Romford.
I need to
We're
get a
doing
move
it,
on and start getting these titles now,
mate.
John.
You've been there, and you're in that mix now. I mean, that was a
Yeah,
great win against Dan Aziz over
yeah,
in Ghana, and now you put yourself firmly in the position now.
yeah.
What I
I feel
think
like
your problem's going to be is, Craig, you're a
yeah,
tough fight for people, aren't you? And they know
yeah,
they're going to be in for a 12-round war,
yeah.
and it's people who only serious operators are going to want to go and target you and fight you because they know you're a hard night's work.
Oh, I appreciate it, John. But I feel like that's the problem we're having right now. Like a lot of people are trying to go the other way, left and right, and I just want to fight. And I
Yeah,
feel like coming off two big back-to-back knockout wins, Ireland and then Ghana, it's
yeah,
kind of like you want to build off of that now and go and get them belts and keep
yeah.
pushing on in your career. Like I'm hungry right now. You see, I'm in the gym every single day. I'm training 6 days a week, twice most days, and
Well,
I just want to
you're
now.
doing the right thing because the minute you stop doing that, I bet you any money the opportunity will come
They will
up.
come.
Come up.
Yeah,
So
I'm
you've
not
got to
taking my foot
balance
off
it
the
well.
gas.
Like you going to Italy, relaxing a little bit, but you still got to train. Like you can't go all out 110%, but you're just
Yeah,
keeping yourself ready.
yeah, 100%. So where do you want? What's your 5-year plan from here, John?
My 5-year plan, what boxing terms, or I think
Boxing
in
terms
life.
and then after and life as well.
Well, I want to win the British title. I want to win that. I think I've
Yeah,
got the capability of winning that. I mean, when I was
yeah,
meant to
I
fight
agree.
TKV for it, I thought I fancied my chances in that fight. But that not coming off has probably given me, it's probably been a blessing because I've improved it even since then. And I'm going
Yeah,
to have more time to assess and think, hang on, I don't have to jump in straight away. I can keep building, I can keep learning with Tony, and we
yeah,
can maybe pick up an English and then go on the British that way. But I don't think that's 5 years. That's probably within the next year or 18 months. So that
yeah.
would be ideal. And then once you win the British, as you said, you fought for the British and then you fought Bivol
For
immediately after. And
yeah,
I
for
think,
the Super World
yeah,
Championship.
that's crazy. So I think with me, with my fan base, the profile that I've been grateful enough to receive from people coming to watch me, I'm
Yeah.
a big draw for someone. So someone might look down their rankings when I've got a British title and say, hang on, that's a fight that I fancy. That
Oh,
can be a
110%.
lucrative one. So I've just got to put myself with that belt. If I win that belt, a lot of doors will open for me. So that's what I
110%.
want to do. That's what I want to do. Put myself in the biggest fights possible. Be best prepared, and it's about earning a living from this game because we've all got a shelf life in this game as well.
100%. Yeah, definitely. What is your 5-year plan in life as well from here?
I was talking to my mum about this today. My dream is probably to move onto a nice few acres of land. I'll be at one end, and my mum and dad at the other end, and my brothers and sisters, whatever, and
Yeah.
just start a little farm. Not a farm, but like have a little farm shop, have some
Uh-huh.
chickens, and have a load of land. Let the dogs run free because it's nice when you get home. I don't know if you're
Yeah.
the same. I think you are, and you've got no one bothering you.
Yes.
I'm a social person, but when I get
Uh-huh.
home, I want to
Yes.
sit back and relax and not see anyone for as long as
My
I feel like
phone
it.
lives on D&D. I leave my phone on D&D. I close the door. I live away from everyone else. And fun enough, you
You're
saying
right.
that, I was actually going to get chickens in my garden as well.
Really?
Yeah,
What, to
I was
get
going
your
to start
eggs?
planting veg and that. I was going to get the chickens for the eggs, but then I found out that they bring rats.
Oh,
And
really?
they'll
You have to
start
get a
gnawing
cat.
under my floor. Yeah. So I thought, you know what? I can't be dealing with rats right
No,
now.
no, no.
When I get an
All the,
acre,
all the, all the, all the waste and all the shit that they'll be doing as well.
yeah. When I
It's
get
a
an
lot of
acres,
work.
the chickens can go on the other side of the
That's the
field.
ideal thing. Like my sister's got a boyfriend. She's only 17, 18. He could be the groundsman. He can look after all the stuff on the land. You know,
And
he
he
can
got
be
his job already set for
he,
him.
he can do all his jobs. You know, he's a nice boy, but he's got to know the pecking order. So that would be good. But that's just the ideal dream to live in. I love Cornwall. It's right near the coast, and when I need to go to London or when I need to do training camp, I can go back to London and do it there. But when I come away from it, I've got that bit of land. I'm in the bit where all my childhood, every year we go down to Cornwall. That's where my best memories are. So
I was there 2
that's
weeks
where I'm.
ago, Cornwall.
Yeah, you done a thing down there,
Yeah.
didn't you?
Yeah, it was
I love
sick. I
Cornwall.
actually liked it. Like, we went so much places, different places in Cornwall. And I actually
Cornwall's
like
amazing.
the same thing. I was thinking it's so nice. They've even got like certain places got white sandy beaches in Cornwall.
Yeah, the
There's
beaches are
like,
some of the best in the world, but it's just
yeah,
you don't always get the weather. When the weather's
yeah.
shining there, the sun is shining. It's a great place,
The
but
weather was a little bit funny the other week, obviously. So it
yeah,
wasn't the best weather.
sometimes when you like looking at in the summertime and you see the weather's going to be 25 degrees sunny down there, you just sort of just go down there. You sort of don't plan it. You just shoot down there because when the sun is shining there, honestly, I love it more than anywhere I've been in the world. So that's where I want to end up.
Come on, I might join you, Johnny.
That's it, mate. We can
Might be
we can
down
go
there.
down there, do some surfing, and eat some Cornish pasties.
Come on. Right. Do you want to say anything to your Romford army before we wrap up?
I just want to say thank you for all your support. It obviously means the world. You've been coming out for me from the very, very beginning of my career. But less about me. I want to say get behind this man, Craig Spider Richards. He's a good man.
Hey,
Before
I
anything else,
appreciate you, Johnny.
he's a great fighter, but he's a better man, and that's more important in this world. So big up Craig Richards, and thank you for having me on, my friend.
I appreciate you. Thank you for coming on as well, Johnny. As I say,
Cheers,
everyone of my lot get behind him, but we don't even need to. But get behind him because he needs to go from 50,000 coming to 100,000 coming.
hopefully,
Yeah,
the more the merrier. The more the merrier.
Me and Johnny get on very well because Johnny's like me. He's a very good guy. He's a humble guy, and he's always a blessing to have in the gym as well. So,
Good man.
Johnny,
Craig, I'll see you at the gym on Monday. Yeah.
See you at the gym.
See you there, mate. Take care.
Bye.
Bosh.